Hey everyone, so if you've been following me recently, you know I've been working my way through the arpeggios that you can find around the various caged positions. So this week I'm on G, so G major looks like this, and G minor looks like this. So, as you can see, I've changed guitars. I'm using my Strat this week, and I've got my distortion cranked right up. There is a reason for that. I actually like to work on these both with and without distortion. I find I do play them slightly differently. I do prefer to play them slightly differently. With distortion, I like to separate the notes a little bit more, play them a little bit more clipped. Because if you don't sort of separate the notes enough, they can all run together and turn into a whole load of mush. Whereas if you've got a clean guitar sound, it's quite nice to let the notes run into each other a little bit more. I like that sound a little bit more than I do, you know, the really harsh staccato sound that you get if you clip every note. Anyway, the shapes that I'm working through this week are the G bar chord, so that kind of shape, if you know that shape. So it looks just like a G major chord, but with my first finger being the bar, being the bridge. So you should know that. Very few people actually do this shape. I'm not quite sure why. I guess because you can't really do the major shape without the finger roll that I've been talking about over the past couple of weeks. But I like it. I like it because it sits right on top of the major pentatonic, you know, the position 1 of the major pentatonic. And the minor one fits the position below. And I find as well, if you can get the finger roll right, then it really does flow and you can start to play some really quite nice fast runs with it. So those are the reasons why I like to do it. Now there are two kinds of fingerings for the major shape that I've seen. They all need the finger roll, as I've talked about. My preference is to start with my little finger. So if I was playing an E major, for example, I'd start here on the 12th fret, then 11th fret with my third finger, first finger plays the 9th fret here. The other way of fingering this is to do it with your third finger, third, second, first. The reason for that is that you kind of, if you work it through, you'll find that your little finger then just plays the high notes. And that kind of shape sort of isolates, each finger has its own zone that it works in, which is quite nice. Whereas if you just play with your little finger first, your little finger's bouncing between the low strings and the high strings. As I say, I learned to play this with my little finger, and that's the approach that I use, but I wonder if I was coming at this again, if I would start with my third finger. But try them both, see which one fits you best. So just working through the shape again, once you get to your index finger, as I say, you really need to work this roll out. So first finger, first finger, first finger. And then the final 2 notes, I like to do a roll with my little finger. And then back down again. The minor shape is very similar. Again, I start with my little finger, second finger, then index finger, and a roll on the index finger. By all means, play it with your third finger. It has the same benefits as you do with the major shape. So you could go third, second, first, and roll the index finger. And then the final 3 notes, if you didn't want to do the finger roll with your little finger, you could go second, third, fourth to hit those final 3 notes. But I prefer to use my little finger here. If you can get it right, you get a real, it's a bit rough and ready, but you get a real economy of movement if you can do the finger roll with your little finger as well. So that would be the approach that I'd take. They're both as good as each other. As I say, just find the one that fits you and work on it. So have fun with it, and we'll chat next time. See you later.